On Friday, March 28, 2025, at around 1:30 p.m. local time, a devastating magnitude 7.7 earthquake struck central Myanmar. The epicenter was located near Sagaing, just about 16 kilometers northwest of Mandalay. The quake struck at a shallow depth of approximately 10 kilometers, which made the shaking even more intense. The tremors were so strong that they were felt in neighboring countries, including Thailand, China, and Vietnam. In this video, you'll see real footage captured by CCTV cameras and mobile phones, showing the terrifying moments during the massive earthquake that struck Myanmar. These clips reveal the raw reality of panic and destruction as it happened. Don't forget to leave a comment, hit the like button, and watch the video until the end to see the full story unfold. Thanks for watching, and stay safe out there. The CCTV footage shows several residents rushing out of their homes. They appear to be in a panic, desperately calling out for their children and family members who are still inside the house. The urgency and fear are visible as they try to make sure everyone is safe amidst the chaos caused by the earthquake. The reason they rushed outside is that being outside the building is considered safer during an earthquake. With the structure of the building at risk of collapsing, staying outdoors minimizes the danger of falling debris or structural failure. The fear of being trapped inside likely drove the residents to act quickly to ensure their safety. The Myanmar earthquake of 2025 was a shallow tectonic earthquake that caused significant damage, triggered by the movement of tectonic plates along the Sagaing Fault, an active fault running from north to south across Myanmar. Why was this earthquake so destructive? Shallow depth. The earthquake occurred at a depth of around 10 kilometers, making the seismic waves stronger at the surface because they weren't significantly absorbed by the layers of the earth above. Active fault. It took place along the Sagaing Fault, one of the most active fault lines in Southeast Asia. The sudden movement in this zone released a large amount of energy, causing intense shaking and widespread effects. Directivity effect. The energy was focused in a particular direction, leading to stronger tremors in certain areas, worsening the impact in regions closer to the fault line. These combined factors made the 2025 Myanmar earthquake particularly destructive. The scale of devastation from the Myanmar earthquake was both overwhelming and heartbreaking. At least 3,649 people were confirmed dead, and more than 5,000 others were injured, many suffering from serious trauma. An estimated 145 individuals remain missing, feared to be trapped under debris or swept away during the chaos. Entire neighborhoods were reduced to rubble. Over 48,000 homes were destroyed, leaving tens of thousands of families homeless. The quake also caused severe damage to thousands of Buddhist temples, schools, and government buildings, many of which either collapsed entirely or were left badly damaged. The destruction extended beyond buildings. Power outages occurred across large areas, water supply systems were damaged, and communication networks went down, making rescue and relief operations incredibly difficult. Many communities were isolated, unable to call for help or receive emergency assistance. Among the many heartbreaking stories was the tragic loss of Silimi, former Miss Tourism Myanmar in 2018. She died while trying to save a young child during the earthquake. Her bravery and sacrifice became a symbol of the deep sorrow shared by an entire nation.
Tu sway lo tu thao vào bây giờ, nó thay cái nào bây giờ? Mà ai không mình mà thay, thế nên mình ô cái này ao đeo quên này, không ao đeo quên này.
Even after the powerful earthquake struck Myanmar on March 28, 2025, the ground didn't stop shaking. In fact, the fear continued over the next 2 weeks. More than 100 aftershocks were recorded. Most were small to moderate in magnitude, but several were strong enough to rattle already weakened buildings. People lived in constant fear. Every slight tremor sent them rushing outside, the trauma still fresh in their minds. One of the strongest aftershocks occurred on April 13th, with a magnitude of 5.5 near Mykdala. It triggered widespread panic, especially in Wundwin, where several buildings sustained additional minor damage. Authorities warned that aftershocks could continue for weeks or even months, depending on geological conditions along the Sagoing Fault, the main source of the original quake. For survivors, the disaster wasn't over. It wasn't just the main shock they had to endure, but the lingering anxiety of not knowing when the ground might shake again. After the powerful earthquake struck Myanmar on March 28, 2025, life changed dramatically for millions of people. Thousands of families lost loved ones, their homes were reduced to rubble, and any sense of safety vanished in an instant. Over 48,000 homes were destroyed, forcing tens of thousands to live in makeshift shelters, school buildings, or out in the open. Many had no access to clean water, food, or medical care. Children cried from hunger, parents were overwhelmed, and entire communities struggled to survive in harsh and uncertain conditions. The aftershocks made things even worse. Every tremor brought renewed fear. People refused to sleep indoors, choosing to stay outside despite bad weather, afraid their homes could collapse at any moment. Psychological trauma was widespread, especially among children and the elderly. In many areas, aid was slow to arrive. Roads were blocked by debris or completely destroyed, leaving some villages cut off for days or even weeks. Rescue teams worked around the clock, but their efforts were limited by damaged infrastructure and unstable conditions. International aid began to pour in, but distribution was not always smooth due to logistical and political challenges. the meantime, local communities leaned on each other, sharing what little food they had, helping to build tents, and supporting one another through the grief. Despite the devastation, the people of Myanmar showed incredible resilience. They began picking up the pieces of their lives, step by step. Though the sorrow was deep and the earth continued to shake, a quiet hope remained that they could rebuild together and rise from one of the worst disasters in their nation's history.
Mà kê này lại bu